welcome to all you lovely Aquarians. My name is Gordon, and I'm just about doing for you a weekly astrology update for the week commencing the 23rd through to the 2nd of March. On an astrological basis. Now, if you're new to the channel and you've just tuned in, thank you very, very much for joining me. It's great to have you, and if you wish to have a regular update on a weekly basis, then please just press the subscribe button and then you get updated when we do the weekly updates on the videos. If you wish to get involved with me personally, of course, you can always email me, or you can send to the website, which is down the bottom here, www.gordonrobertspiritmedium.co.uk, and you can subscribe there to a newsletter which will keep you updated of all the important changes that are happening around Gordon Robert Spirit Medium as we expand into new areas. So please do that if you can, and adverts over, let's get cracking as to what the week holds. Now, lovely Aquarius, you have had some very interesting energies around you, and as we come into this week, the first thing really to sort of talk about here is this ongoing affair which has been to do with Pluto and Uranus. Now, your ruling planet is Uranus, and it sits in your 3rd house. Uranus is expansive, and it covers grainy ideas, new ideas, off the wall ideas, gives energy and gives spark to you. Now, you've got to remember that this planet is sat in your 3rd house. It's communication. And the last year, 18 months, there's been this square, what they call square or hard aspect, between Pluto and Uranus. And Pluto is in your 12th house. So this is suppression. It's the house where we just don't talk about it. It's the house where everything is dumped necessarily. So it's the subconscious. Yeah, subconscious. It's the area that is very rarely looked into. It's a quiet area. Imprisonment. Any phobias, any fears are hidden in the 12th house. And you've got Pluto in there. And Pluto wants to get these things out into the open. Now, when it comes into contact with everything with astrology, there needs to be a trigger. There needs to be a contact. Now, the last year, 18 months, Uranus, which is expansion in your 3rd to do with communication, has been jousting, has been boxing, shadow boxing with Pluto, which is in your 12th house, which is trying to keep everything quiet. So there would have been a bit of a conflict. You may have found on a bigger scale that you have been frustrated with trying to find a way forward, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Now, what we find is Mercury and Venus, Mercury is coming into your 1st house and gathering speed, or is moving through your 1st house and gathering speed. So this Mercury retrograde time is basically coming to an end. So issues that you would have had since the beginning of January should be starting to roll out and move into new territory. They're starting to move forward. So if you've had an ongoing thing, maybe you want to move, maybe you've had a job situation that's been coming up causing you grief, well, that now is going into new ground, is coming to a conclusion, is not treading water anymore. But the real key that I wanted to get in with you guys is that Venus and Mars, which are linked together, and they create very passion. They create a feeling of strong resolve. If someone was to upset you with that setting, when Mars and Venus are together, you would really stand up and become passionate about what it is. Someone's just pressed your funny bone or touched a sensitive point for you, because you come out with passion. Now, this week is passion around 2 areas of your life. One is relationships, because we have Mercury bouncing and playing in opposition with Jupiter, which is to do with expansion. That is touching a nerve in your relationship area. So you and relationships could be you and a partner. It can also be you and children, because the other area that gets activated this week quite strongly is the 3rd house. Now, the 3rd house is areas of short journeys. It's the area to do with communication. So has communication somebody upset you, has someone trod on a nerve, because you're going to respond, and you're going to respond in quite a strong and a positive way. But one thing I would just say here is just be careful you're not into a knee-jerk reaction here, because this is an old area that seems, not an old area, it's an area that seems to be sparking. It's quite a sensitive area for you. So anything around relationships, anything around communications don't take things on face value. That's what I want to say. Don't take things on face value. Look at them on a deeper level and make sure that you've really understood the situation before you spark, and you may end up in a knee-jerk reaction. So the forearmed is forewarned, is what I want to say there. So it's just a question of treading carefully this week with regard to everything, and just checking and double checking, especially around relationships, around feelings, how the areas are. The real positives on this is that you now are receiving a lot of positive grounding as far as your thought process is concerned. So when you're looking to do planning, because you have Mercury, which is a very important planet to you, is in your first house, as that is transiting through and leaving this retrograde, this time of retrograde, which is all to do with re-examining and looking over things 3 or 4 times before you actually move forward. That's coming to an end. So whatever was really on your mind towards the beginning of January, or causing you concerns, needing to be sorted out, that is now moving on. And it's moving on into solid ground, because you're getting the support of Saturn as Mercury starts to move forward and out of your sign. And it is a time where, as I said, you're going to be feeling a little bit, you're going to have grounded ideas. And as I said, this week can be just a little bit of a flash in the pan. The Sun also enters into your second house, which is to do with money and work. And when the Sun is in your second house to do with this area, it's actually at the moment it's invigorating Neptune, or getting Neptune coming alive. You need to be aware around there. Again, caution, because the Sun and Neptune create illusion, and this is around your area of work. So again, enjoy the work area, enjoy the money side of things as you go through, not only this week but into next week as well, because there is a caution on making any rash decisions around the work area, because it's not all being revealed. So it's a bit of a week where you need to just tread cautiously. Thank you so much for getting involved, Aquarius, and lots of love and light. And I want to say I look forward to speaking to you again next week.